Fiona Francois is my name, and I'm in my own gallery, Fiona Francois Art, in the main street of Deloraine.
Can you talk about your art and when you started?
It's a difficult question to answer when I started. So I was always an artist as a child, but I have actually made a career my entire life out of it. So I studied graphic design, and I spent about 20 years or so as a graphic designer, working for various companies. 10 years of that was in video games, so it's quite different to what I do now. And about 15 years ago, excuse me, I moved down to Tasmania, and for want of any kind of similar work that I was doing, I just started drawing again as a hobby. It slowly turned it into a business. So it took about 10 years to actually get it to the point where I was earning a proper living out of it, but it is quite a difficult thing to do in a small town on an island.
So why did you choose Deloraine?
We just like the look of Deloraine. It's a quaint little country town. It's in the middle it's a central point between Launceston and Devonport, so a lot of tourists come here on their way somewhere. But yeah, the mountains, the river, it was more of an aesthetic thing that clinched the decision to move here. And after I moved here, I realised it was actually quite an arty town. Didn't know that. So obviously other artists had the same idea.
Do you find that helps in terms of bringing people who are interested in art to Deloraine?
I think it does, yes. And we have the Tasmanian Craft Fair every year. So that brings 15,000, 20,000 people through once a year. But I think Deloraine has a bit of a reputation for being an arty town, and so people do come to poke around in the little shops and have a coffee and that sort of thing. It's a quaint little town for that kind of thing.
Your art features nature and animals and the environment. Can you talk a bit about the inspiration and why that is your focus?
Yeah, that's always been a passion of mine, is especially moving to Tasmania, coming from the mainland.
Where in the mainland were you?
So Brisbane.
Yep.
Yeah. So moving down here and just being amongst the wilderness here, we have a lot of incredible wilderness, and it's just you become quite fierce about protecting it, and because you just don't find this kind of landscape anywhere else, and it has something about it. It's ancient, it's gothic, it's dark and broody. There's all sorts of mystery about it, and that is what captured my imagination, and that's the driving force behind everything that I do. Plus, I'm a big avid fan of Lord of the Rings, and to me, this is like Australia's version of Lord of the Rings country.
It is beautiful. Often use charcoal, is
Yes.
that right?
Yeah, that's been, I guess, my medium of choice for about 15 years, although I'm slowly moving out of it now. And I started moving into colour pencil, so adding little pops of colour with the charcoal, and then I've moved into full colour pencil, and then I've started blending that with acrylic paint, so I can have a bit of a loose painterly background. But now I've moved fully into oils. So I'm probably moving away from charcoal now and into oils. I still love charcoal, and I love the way that you can capture an incredible amount of detail and you can have that drama. But I think colour, it's time. I did some colour, and yeah, it's just captured my imagination again to capture the moody, broody colours of Tasmania, the low-hanging clouds, and it's quite sombre, the landscape. It's not bright, it's not tropical, it's not any of those things. I don't do bright colours. It's just not me, and it's not my personality, but I do that mysterious, dark, brooding nature of the landscape.
Do you have any favourite pieces or memorable, I guess, moments?
There's many. I often get asked what's my favourite piece, and I don't know. I'm like every artist. Once you've finished something, you can't look at it any longer, or the faults in it. And so I can't have my own art in my house because I'm just too picky about all I see are all of the things I could have done better.
Yep.
So I'm always moving on to the next thing. But I think probably my latest piece on the wall there, the oil painting, because it represents a new direction that I'm going in, I think probably that's my favourite piece, and it is a turning point in, what I'm doing. And
it's a new chapter in a way.
Yeah, it's a new chapter, exactly. Yeah.
It's an incredible effort to be able to be an artist and make a living out of it. Like that point that you were able to do that is an incredible achievement by itself.
Yeah, it's harder than anyone thinks. Like, you can probably count the number of people who actually make a living on one hand in Tasmania. And most artists will have another aspect of what they do to help fund them, which is teaching or some other thing. So my thing is, I have my own gallery, I run my own online shop, I do everything that you would get a middleman to do, I do it myself. So we do our own framing, we do all our social media, and there's a lot of that, all our own advertising and everything. It's a lot of work, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. You have to be almost a workaholic. So I work 7 days a week, and I probably work 12 hours a day. So that's the reality of it. It's not for everyone, but when you're doing something you love, it's actually, I don't know, I can't imagine doing anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. Where can people find your art? You mentioned the gallery here, and I know I've seen it in a number of different
places. I have art
so.
in quite a few cafes and public spaces, and you'll see them around Tasmania. I won't list them, I can give you a full list, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
So I find that cafes are a great place for people to discover my art, because people don't generally go looking for art. They generally just discover it somehow. They trip over it. Like, they might be in a town and go, oh, let's go in that little shop. And I found that advertising with the arts, it just doesn't work. You've actually got to just get it in front of as many people as possible by them accidentally discovering it. So cafes are a great place for that, because they get a lot of people through cafes. It's bums on seats. And what are they doing when they're sitting there? They're just having a coffee, staring at the wall. So it makes sense, and it suits the cafe owners as well, because they have free art on their walls.
Yep.
And so people see it there, and they can scan a QR code and actually buy it online and have it shipped to them for free, which is a bit of a business thing that I do. Or they can take a card and come and visit me in the cafe, and having a physical location is fairly important as well for art.
Yeah.
People like to actually stand in front of it and see it. They can do it in the cafe, but they're all prints. So to see an original, they would have to come here and stand in front of it.
And that's when they get that sort of emotional reaction and feel it.
Yeah, but even with the prints, you can see people. I frequent the local cafe down here, and because I'm there every morning, basically, I watch people. Yeah. I'm there incognito, and I see the reactions of people. It's fantastic to be able to do that. And yet people do a double take, and they go, wow, and they're talking to each other, and you actually get to hear firsthand what people are saying. And that kind of information is gold for an artist. You know when you're doing something right, and you should do more of that, because you're engaging people. So yeah, you can still have that. You can still have that engagement from a print, as well as an original. An original has different presence though, because you can see all of the hours of work that have gone into it firsthand. You can go right up close and see all the detail, and that there's this sort of shock and awe thing about standing in front of an original. But you also have that as with a print as well.
Yeah. Do you ship your art? Have you sent it to a long distance away or interesting places or anything like that?
Yeah, mostly 50% of my art gets shipped here in Tasmania, and the other 50 is every single other state and territory in Australia.
Gotcha.
I have done some international. It's problematic sending stuff internationally, but when they are canvas prints, the manufacturer I use have sister offices in other countries. So I actually just upload the file, they print it in that country and send it. It's still free shipping. So in that regard, sending international can be quite easy.
Yeah.
But when you have to send a large piece, courier or whatever, and I have done that, it's problematic.
Yes. Yes. What other countries have they gone to?
I sent quite regularly to the United States, Canada, New Zealand.
Yeah.
Sending to Europe is more difficult, but I have sent to Europe. smaller things. If it's just a print, say, without a frame, you can roll it up and put it in a tube and ship it quite safely. But yeah, the frames of the glass, I don't send them internationally. It's just something that I don't do. It's too difficult to get it there. You'd have to crate it. And at the end of the day, no one wants to pay the shipping fee for that. Most of my originals are bought by either Tasmanian local people or Australian, just generally Australian people. I haven't sent many originals overseas. Yeah.
What are your plans for the future?
Interesting. Probably more of the same. I'm still hunting for the best solution for artists to actually make a living out of their art without exhausting themselves, without working 7 days a week. So I try this and I try that. I try all kinds of things. The experimentation that I've done over the years has led to the point where I can do it full time. But now it's becoming quite an ordeal to keep it going like that. And I'm very lucky that I have my husband join me who retired. And so basically he hasn't had a day off since he retired. So he helps me full time now as well. I just need to get it to a point where it can be a little easier. So I'm still working on that.
Finding ways to make the business side of things a bit more efficient sounds very, but ease the pressure on yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Last year I spent thousands of dollars on Google advertising in an effort to see whether that worked. It doesn't. So folks, don't try it. For art, it's just very different. You can't market things the same way as you can for other things. Art is very much a slow process. It's organic. It's people who know people who've bought your work and they've seen it. It's very slow and you can't speed it up. You can't seem to speed it up. So you just have to try and find ways to get it in front of as many people as possible passively without spending too much money, because at the end of the day you're an artist and you can't afford to. So
yes, there you go. What's your favourite part of the Meander Valley?
I actually think just being essentially located, that you can nip up to the Highland areas, you can flit off to Cradle Mountain really easily, you can get to the beach really essentially located to everywhere. And it's quiet, it's not like a busy centre like Hobart. I love Hobart as well, but it's fairly quiet here, but that you are so centrally located to everything. I think that's one thing that's very attractive about living here.